Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia, and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour, 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia, and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour, 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia, and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour, 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. tailoring. Why am I saying this? D-Square School of Fashion Design and Tailoring is actually situated next to the famous, or rather the largely accepted D-Square Fashion House. So what that means is that when you visit D-Square School of Fashion Design, you have the opportunity to actually learn from the best, because immediately you exit class, you can walk into the fashion house and get to learn some fashion in there. But then this particular morning, let's also come back to today's topic and just allow me to introduce my guest to you. I'll start with Ivy Birgen. Ivy Birgen is a student leader, or rather, still remains a student at the Koitalel Samoei University College. Ivy Birgen, karibu sana. Say hi to your viewers.
Hi viewers, I'm Ivy Birgen. I'm a third year student at Koitalel Samoei University College, and I'm Mama Yao. I hope you don't forget that.
Yeah, you know, you told us last time you're Mama Yao, and maybe there are viewers who don't understand what is this Mama Yao.
So in the University of Nairobi, policy has it that the vice president is called Mama Yao. So I was the vice president and I'm the first Mama Yao there. So yeah, I'm their mother. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And now let's have Victor Babu. Also, Victor Babu is a student leader at the RVTTI. Bro, you'd say the name in full. I don't want to bite my tongue.
Hi everyone, good morning ladies and gentlemen. I'm Victor Babu, Rift Valley Technical Training Institute chairman, current chairman, and also I stand in as a student there. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. And you said it is Rift Valley Technical Training Institute. You know, there are a lot of schools nowadays calling each other Rift Valley. So, mtu anaweza Juma Kidole. But then let's now go to Noeline Maru. Noeline Maru is actually from the University of Eldoret. She's a student leader there. So, karibu sana.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Noeline Maru. I'm a student at University of Eldoret, but I've currently finished. Yeah, I've completed my 4th year. Yeah.
So, you're just waiting to graduate?
I'm waiting to graduate, yes.
Okay, thank you. We'd actually be glad to attend your graduation. And, some other questions that I'll ask you once the show has come to an end. Anyway, also next to her is Mato. Mato is also from UAE. So, karibu sana, bro. Okay, I'm told that they're not getting you.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. My name is Kipruto Martin. I'm a youth leader. I'm as well a student at the University of Eldoret. I just concluded a month ago. We are waiting to graduate. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I made a mistake of putting them to sit next to each other. But then we'll correct that next time. So, Noeline, I'm sure people didn't get you. And actually, just leave the mics on. Don't be switching them off. So, Noeline, you'll repeat your introduction.
Okay.
Rather, you'll say hi to our viewers, because now everyone knows you. You're Noeline Maru.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to be here today. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And you know, the reason why I told Mama Yao to clarify why she's Mama Yao is recently at a particular ceremony, somebody said, "Huyu ni bibi wa kijiji." Anyway, the topic this particular morning, we are talking about the mental health of students in campus, because recently, or rather in the recent past, we've had a lot of cases of campus violence, which arises from relationships. Other people call it love triangles, other call it over expectation. I don't know, whatever you'd want to call it. But then before we go there, I'll start with Mama Yao once again. Mama Yao, before we identify where the problem is coming from, or before we identify the problem, let's identify where the problem is coming from. First of all, do you think campus relationship is a valid thing and that can lead to somewhere, or it's something that you just want to say what wachane na?
I can say that campus relationships can lead to something depending on you, and it can also not lead to something depending on you again, because we know that we have cases whereby people have been dating in campus and they end up getting married and they live happily ever after. And again, we also have different cases where students are dating and they don't reach anywhere. They start quarreling, they end up killing each other, or they end up breaking up, or they end up breaking each other's hearts, souls, and minds. So I can say it all depends on you as a person.
It all depends on you as a person. And to go to Mato immediately. Mato, do you think that easy campus relationship is something to consider? You know, there are younger brothers of viewers and sisters who are watching back at home. They've just completed standard 8. You know, actually, not standard 8, but rather form 4. You know, when you are in high school and you're told, man, say, you good women are in campus. Can you finish, get at end? Do you get those motivation speakers and everyone saying that? Do you think that is the effect of the many relationships in campus? And would you say that it is right for campus students maybe to date among themselves, or is it something you'd feel kidogo inafaa tuiachiliwe?
Okay, firstly, I would appreciate the fact that campus relationship in a way is a stage in life. And I would say that at times they are valid. And depending on the individuals, it depends with their objectives and their view in that scenario. So first, it is a stage in life, and it is a good way. Of course, we are at an age where we are exploring and knowing what things are. So at times they are right, depending on their objective and depending on their view on the same. So it depends with the individuals within that setup or within that relationship. And also regarding the thing that motivational speakers have been talking of the same all through. So that means that it is something they are trying to say. When you reach at that stage, you should now be having that mindset towards relationships and starting to grow in that angle.
So in short, Mato is just saying that campus should actually train you both for your career and also train you.
Yeah, true. At times. So you should grow in all aspects of life, be it social, be it political, be it economic, all aspects. That is it. So that when you will be graduating, you will have been molded in all directions.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be coming to you shortly, Babu. But then before that, let me also review some of the comments that we are getting here. Alfred Sargent, all the way from Australia, says, I'm following from Itigo Path, Australia. Thank you so much, Alfred Sargent, for always being with us. Mildred Sum says, good morning. Kiptanui Victor Arusei says, Iko mute, okay, but then I think right now we have some voice. Thank you so much, Mildred Sum. I think right now it is okay. Benjamin Sugut says, following live from Sydney. That is Benjamin Sugut. Amekaribisha mtu anaitwa Kipchumba. Yeah. From Kipchumba, Sydney. Okay, I think that's a place in Sydney or something. Okay. And then there is Rogers Betu says he's following from Koitalel. Thank you so much. Kathy Comment says, good morning. The topic is just fire. Thank you so much for making time to be with us. We have Charles Okwara, Head of State Recommendation, saying, watching from Eldoret National Polytechnic. Thank you so much. Ezra Chepsuge says, following in live in Eldoret as a student at RVTTA. Thank you so much, Suge. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you're watching at home, help me share the broadcast. Be part of this conversation. So make sure that we engage and we also learn from each other. Now, Babu, coming to you, I'll ask you quite a different question from the others. I'll ask you the question, what are the contributing factors? Or do you agree, first of all, that there can be healthy relationship? There can be healthy relationship among students in campus?
Okay, basically, I agree that there can be healthy relationship in campuses, but objectively under one condition. If we have comrades working on their frame, you see relationship in these recent times have been mummified and has been made to, they are being hyped by feminists, and it is becoming a matter of issue that if you are not dating, you are being victimized. You see? And I think that is it.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And I'll come to you now, Noel in Maru, and I'll ask you the same question. I'll just ask you the same question that I asked Victor Babu. Do you think that there can be healthy relationship among students in campus?
Yes, it can be, as a campus relationship has both negative and positive impact to the individual, depending on how someone takes their relationship in campus. Yeah, they can be an healthy relationship, but campus relationship also has killed many dreams of the individuals there.
Okay, yeah. And I'll ask you now this particular question, and this one now still comes to you, Maru. What are the contributing factors to people having relationship? Babu says it's been commercialized. what are the contributing factors to people having relationship in campus? Is it only about love, or is it also about cost sharing?
It's not all about cost sharing. It is sometimes because of the curiosity. Someone is curious to be in a relationship. Again, it's because of exposure. Someone want to explore, want to date this kind, feel how it feels to date a brown lady, dark lady. Those are the things that contribute to people dating in the universities.
Okay, so the motivation here, let me still come back to Mama Yao. What is the motivation of people or wanting to date in campus, in your own view? Is it about love? Somebody says it's about curiosity. In your own view, why are people dating in campus?
In some cases, you can say it's all about love. In some cases, we can say it's curiosity, because people grow up knowing that once you're 18 and you're done with high school, now you can be in love. Now you can love somebody's son, or you can love somebody's daughter. And I can say, for the unhealthy relationships, it's because we don't know what love is.
How do you distinguish? How do we distinguish, Mama Yao? Take us through it now.
How we distinguish love from the other feeling of curiosity. You don't distinguish it as a person. It just comes out as the outcome. At the end of the day, you will know you love someone if you will end up getting married.
So you just wait and you're like, okay, mimi nitangoja tu alafu kikisha umana, that's when you're okay, kumbe sio ile kitu nilidhania. There's no way you can distinguish mapema.
Distinguish curiosity from love. It's very hard, and I know you know that because you've been in campus. It's very hard to distinguish love from curiosity.
I wouldn't say I know that. I know nothing, guys. Let's go to Victor manze. Nasikia nyinyi mnapanga wasichana until hawezi jua like gani ni real love. Is it possible to distinguish it?
I think it is not possible to distinguish. And love in campus is all about peer pressure. It emanates from peer pressure. It is not that we talk of real love. You see, some are in that field of exploring that class of being like, some need to show that they are in love, and some are in that state that I just must be there, to enjoy the worldly goldies of sex and whatever. Yeah.
Okay, now you're introducing another thing, that this could just be about sex. No, Eileen, what do you think? No. Let's get to identify the problem, because it's about from relationship. What is it about? Same question coming to you once again.
Pardon?
I'm saying he's introducing something new. He's saying it's about sex at some point. Do you agree with that?
I agree. Sometimes campus relationship is all about situationship. People are dating in order to get to be because of sexual attraction, something like that, and in order to get sex. Yeah, and most of the campus students date because of sex, and that is the reality.
So you'd use this camera and say most students today, or this particular show, students in campus today date because of sex.
Yeah, they date because of sex, most of them.
Most of them.
Yeah. In campus, most of the people haven't realized what they want. They haven't noticed the type of partners they want. So they are there. The most thing they can gain from each other is just sex. Yeah.
Kindly pass the mic to Martin. Martin is already smiling. He's almost grabbing the mic from you. So, Martin, do you agree, first of all, that campus sex is all about sex? Okay, campus relationship?
I disagree.
You disagree?
To some point.
To some,
It depends with the individuals. I'll go back to the individuals. That is number one. Number two, it depends with the motive in which those people went to that relationship. Maybe initially, in campus, you will find maybe watu walikuwa, maybe the other person, maybe hakuwa na mahali pa kukaa or something, ama alikuwa amesota. So they had to go to that relationship in order to survive at some point. So, and then also it depends if there is love in between those involved. Yeah, so generally there are some contributing factors towards relationships, not necessarily sex, but majority, and I can say almost 90% is sexual pleasure.
Yeah. 90% of so 90% of campus relationships today, my set agrees, is about sex. Now, my next question, Mama Yao, would be, then why does it end up being toxic? how does it end up being violence? What brings about violence?
So once we start having sex, first we start by having sexual attraction. Then we have an agreement that you're going to have sex for a period not known to us. Then with the sex comes attachment.
Ngoja. Do you sit down and be like, okay, sir, check manze?
No, that's when you make it unconsciously. Because once you agree to live with a man, what are you going to do with him? Are you going to cook and wash and then you laugh with him the whole night? No, you're going to have sex. So you unconsciously you sign an agreement that you're going to have sexual intercourse with this man for some time. With the sex comes attachment. With the attachment comes feelings. And
okay, describe attachment for me.
I have to describe attachment. If I'm having sex with you, I have to own you. I am attached with you. I want you to be mine. I have to own you. I have to feel like you're mine. Yeah? So toxicity comes in when you also want to explore other ladies. Or I also want to explore other men. Other men are coming after me. It's not like you're the only one with eyes. Other men can see what you saw. So it comes down to toxic when I also tolerate them and you start feeling bad because remember you're attached to me. You feel like you're entitled to me. You feel like you own me. So you feel bad because I'm with other people.
Okay, I still want to go back.
Yes.
To the original point that these are two people coming together with full consent, right?
Yes.
To say we'll just be
girlfriend and boyfriend.
Yeah, we boyfriend and girlfriend. And of course, the main motivation here is that we need to be acting like husband and wife. So at some point inamaanisha watu wanakuwa sure hatuoani.
At some point kuna wale wenye wanajua kuna penye tunaenda. Kuna point wenye huwa mnafika unaona unasema yenyewe this cannot be my wife and this cannot be my husband. But because you're so attached that you have feelings, you can't let go. Unasema acha tu nivumilie. Ai suru.
Like Victor, excuse me. Okay, Victor, acha nirudi kwako bro. Victor, like kusai kuna wasi wawili wako kampo wameishi pamoja, like they are somewhere wamekaa pamoja. They are living together under one roof. Na unajua hakuna venye wataoana. Like after graduation kila mtu kwao.
Yeah, they are motivated by what we call, we normally call it mechi. You see, that is what unifies us.
So mechi ndio, yeah. Mechi ndio imeshikilia hii relationship.
The reality of campus relationship is all about mechi. Yeah. Nothing like marriage exists. Let me tell you the reality right now. Talking of marriage is beyond expectation. But matters at the ground, pale kwa ground vitu ni mechi tu hakuna.
And why would someone now turn violent?
There comes this situation that today as Babu, for example, I was dating Noreen. Then I was financing Noreen. I was
now there's issue of finances coming in. Now, take me through this. How does it start? How does it go to finances? How does it go to us living together? Take us through a quick crash program of how campus relationship.
You see, it starts through maybe once I've identified Noreen, yes. Then afterwards, I invite Maureen for a lunch date. Pale kwa cafeteria ya campus.
Mess.
Yeah, mess. Afterwards, the rubber starts meeting the road. From there, tunaanza sasa pole pole kidogo unaona napeleka Noreen hapo kwa salon. Then afterwards kidogo tunaendelea namna hiyo, tukifika pale mbele unasikia naambia I asked Noreen for a dinner. And that's where now exploitation, equal measure. Whatever I paid for, I must receive in return.
No, and I don't like how this is going because now you guys are introducing. No. There's something I'm not liking. Like you started by telling me it's all about sex. Then kidogo umeleta stories ado. Kiasi umeanza exploitation. Noeline, maybe can you explain to us how this thing works?
18 to 25. And in this age, most of the intelligence of law, but the emotion. And a lot of things that contribute to the conflict of students. First is lack of communication between the, sorry.
Okay, let's take this once again.
Can I repeat what?
Yeah, you can repeat what you've said.
Okay, in campus relationship, in campus students, they are between age 18 to 25. And in this age bracket, these people, their emotions are very high and their intelligence are very low. And in this period, again, or this age bracket, the obsession is very high, very high. And to this point, what contributes the conflicts among the campus student and violence is that a lot of stuff contribute to this conflict. First is lack of communication between the two partners. What wajielewi campus?
No, ngoja kwanza, ushawaita partners tena, okay? You guys are making this complicated. Like how serious is this thing? I'm just trying to identify, like, hii kitu inakuanga na bound. Okay, now let me take you through how vows inakuanga. I'm an MC, I attend a lot of weddings. Now these are how vows usually sound like, right? I, Kalia, take you. No, Eileen, hii ni jokes. Don't take it serious. Then maybe like for better, for us, in sickness and in health, for richer, for poor, for exactly. Are you getting it? So inakuanga a certain kind of like, in fact, Christians want to call it covenant. Right?
Yeah.
Like Pasia mengia pale amwambia, say this baada ya mimi. So the expectation in marriage is that this one will be my person. Hataenda na mtu mwingine. Like that is okay, you get it, right? So how serious is this thing in campus?
I cannot measure how serious it is, but now because this
Is it for better, for poorer?
No, it's not for better, for poorer.
Is it in sickness and in health?
It's for better, for poorer, but it doesn't work like that.
How does it work? That's exactly what I'm not getting.
As I said, campus relationship, most of them are situationship. You're just
Situationship.
there because of sexual pleasure. And that's why most of the people end up having mental health issues and they end up killing themselves, committing suicide, or doing crazy stuffs.
Okay.
As I was talking, the stuff that contribute to this violence is the lack of communication. Social media also influence. Because when I go to social media, I see, Kali, how you treat your girlfriend. And when I compare how my boyfriend treats me, it's not the same. So I want my boyfriend to treat me how you treat your girlfriend, but he cannot afford that. So I'll rather quit or seek other ways or go for someone who is better. And whenever I want to quit, this guy is so obsessed to me, he cannot allow me to leave the relationship. That's why it may end up being violent. Yeah.
Okay, now let's go to Mato for a minute. And Mato, let's talk about campus relationship and finances. How does it work? Who provides?
Maybe let me touch first on the causes of
Violence.
Then I'll come to the aspect of finance. So first of all, I think major contributor is majorly cheating. Cheating as in most of those relationships is becoming rampant. So you will find maybe the boyfriend or the girlfriend goes through the phone, then kidogo inaleta hiyo the violence. Like there is a story which was in the public domain, juzi. What happened in Sogomo? There was a gentleman when he stabbed the lady, and maybe there were other issues relating to that. So that is major. That is a major contributor as well to cheating, to the violence in it. And then also peer pressure, as my colleagues have said.
Okay, then before we go to finances, then we need to really make this clear that when people come together in campus for the purpose of dating, the expectations are that that person is only mine. So when this person tries to look for a different person, that is where that's where the problem starts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about finances. Is it a contributor?
Yes, finances at some point is a contributor, and it is linked to the cheating. you will find maybe a gentleman has invested in a lady in terms of taking her to the salon, buying the everything, paying the rent, and so on and so forth. And then kidogo kidogo anapata text, oh, ameambiwa ho nini na mtu mwingine. No. So that is another contributor. And then that also leads to these conflicts. So the finances also contribute. And at times, in a depend ni who is financing. At times you'll find the lady as a sponsor, and then also she has now the boyfriend. Are you getting it? So you'll find the sponsor will be for the bills. And then you will find the boyfriend is for maybe sex and so on and so forth.
So inamaanisha sponsor deliver vile inafaa.
Yeah, so unaona.
Ngoja, Mama Yao has something to say. Mama Yao, what are you saying?
Thank you.
Yeah, I can just concur with him that some ladies are gonna sponsor. So sponsor is for finances. Then the boyfriend is for the company, for the sex, you know. But what I can say, men should get away with this mentality. Ukinilipia salon, unanilipia 2,000, that's not an investment. You're not investing. You're doing it because you have to do it. You're my boyfriend. If you don't want to do it, just tell me you cannot do it. Ati unanunua sukuma ya 10 bob, you feel like you're investing. Oh my God. What are you investing?
Ngoja.
There is no, you should stop calling that investment.
Hey guys.
Because it's not investment.
Okay, let me talk to my viewers. It's about to go down. Babu, shika your mic. Excuse me, like, okay, now let's talk about provision. So does it mean that it is the man provide, like, okay, now just respond, bro. I don't even know how to frame this question.
So what I can say is that when it comes to providing or provision of resources to run a relationship, you see, the campus relationship is all about the highest bidder takes it. Yeah, because I cannot invest in you and yet I'm not getting anything. In relationship in campus is like the Babylon city, where I invest something and literally opposite.
So nikuulize, like, if a better investor comes into play, and now I want to go to Noelin for this. Noelin, when a better investor comes in, that is when the other party feels like they've lost their investment, and that's when they react.
Sure, that is true. Yeah.
Okay, now I think we now have the problem, and we know where the problem is. Can there ever be a solution to this?
About managing finance or what?
No, like, of course, trying to make sure that students, because yesterday I was speaking to a younger, not rather, an elder, and alikuwa ananiambia like kitambo, it was wife and husband who used to, most of the time ungepata cases of homicide. It would be maybe somebody who is married getting rid of their partner for the same issues that you've raised, be it finances, be it infidelity or something like that, right? Yeah. But then he was telling me that right now, in fact, it is very rare for a married couple to end up in, maybe they'll do divorce or something else. So the issue of murder and homicide has now come down to campus relationship, or rather people who are not married, people who even parents don't know. Like, I'm sure if any of you has a girlfriend or a boyfriend, chances are high that mzazi atajui uko na mtu. It's true, right?
Sure.
Is there a way we can sort the mess?
Yeah, there's a way we can sort the mess.
How?
First and foremost, when you go to university, you should, or that tertiary institution, you should know the purpose why you're there. The majority or the reason why you're there is because of your study. Make your study priority before your relationship. And also, be in a relationship where you're being respected, not for, you're not there for attention seeking. Yeah. And also get involved in a healthy relationship where you understand your partner, know what you want, and everything will work out for yourself. And also to the ladies or men watching out there, if you're in a relationship where you feel your partner is toxic or you don't feel you're okay with the relationship, rather quit than we come and carry you with a casket back home. Yeah, our parents struggle so much to put you in the school, so do not let that effort go waste. Yeah.
No, but then you see, I'm still in the problem. Let's go to Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Morning Glory Show coming live from Dawi Afrique Photography. Remember that the Morning Glory Show, of course, comes to you from Monday to Friday. And on Thursday, we usually have the Social Square, where we talk about the social issues we are facing in society. And this particular morning, I'm talking to student leaders in our campuses around the North Rift. And they're telling me that campus relationship are as serious as marriage in terms of expectations. Like, this person expects the other to be there for poor. Like, it is exactly what marriage it is, but then it is for a particular time. And within that particular time, if you do something wrong, then things may go wrong. Right? We are moving towards the solutions to this. Martin, if we were to sort out the issue of campus violence reducing, because I'm sure before it goes into murder, then it starts with some violence. What is the solution to this?
So first, let me disagree with my fellow panelist. Alisema, hata kama ni you should not call the mboga yenye ananunua like it is not an investment. That is somebody's money. Yeah? So the gentleman will feel he is investing in this lady. No, hata kama ni hiyo mboga ya 10 bob. That is one of the causes of deaths.
You know, this is a debate I didn't want us to have, because we'll end up not solving anything.
So now to the solution.
Okay, Noeline seems to have, Babu, maybe Noeline seems to have something to say.
For investment, most of the campus in our GLA, they don't know what they want. So that okay, buy a 10 bob, like you see, it's an investment. What is 10 bob?
Like, what is 10 bob? But then you see,
Then you should reject.
okay,
You should reject.
let's do this.
You should reject.
Okay, listen. Let's do this first of all. Oh, no. Okay. Martin, let's argue within context, and let me be the one giving you time to speak, because you and Noeline will fight. You see, and let me come back to Mama Yao, so that we reduce the tension on the far end of the bench. Mama Yao, you started this and you have to finish this. Excuse me, how you want to say that when somebody buys vegetables at 10 bob and you eat, it's not an investment? What is it?
If you're buying me skuma for 10 bob, then at the end of the night you want to sleep with me, how are you investing in that? How do you call that an investment?
Okay, let's ask this now. Let's make this clear. Is it the reason why you say the reason why somebody would be sleeping with someone is because of the amount of investment?
You feed what you eat. So if you're eating me, you have to feed me. And you don't have to feel like that is an investment. Or should I also say that, okay, because you're my boyfriend, I'm investing in you, so you have to marry me? Should I also say that, why do you men feel like you are so entitled that you're investing in us, but you don't feel like you're also making an investment?
Hey, I'm not part of this. I'm the one asking questions.
I just knew.
Okay, let me go to Babu. A question has been asked, Babu. A question has been asked. Where does it? Where does it? Where do you put the line that now this is what I can do and this is what I cannot do? Like, can we set a target of the amount of money? And why is it always men spending, by the way?
Okay, you see, the reason I can say that even that 10 bob matters. You see, it depends with the background of that lady again. You see,
this is too complicated, bro. So it is also relative. So if it is, so there's somebody when I can spend 10 bob, they've given all they had.
Yeah, you see, like there are some of those instances that after around 2 to 3 weeks after resumption of a term or a semester, you find that fellow who have got stock in his residence is the most worshipped bwana. Because
Okay.
whatever a lady expects.
Allow me to interrupt you. And if the bench agrees with this, then we'll move on. That campus relationships are for survival. Would you agree to that? Let me start with Noeline. For the purpose of progress, would you agree that largely the reason why people are dating in campus is for survival?
Sure. And again, it is not necessarily a man is supposed to provide. Even we ladies, we provide. In fact, you get majority of ladies are the one providing for their men in campus. When it comes to cohabitation, it is a man who goes to the ladies. Majority men ndo wanaenda kwa wanawake.
Like,
Very wrong.
like, why is it very wrong?
Mwanaume, men, you're not supposed to, kwanza mwanaume anaenda kwa nyumba ya dem kama nani? But utapata campus men hao ndio wanaenda. The reality kale ni kuuliza, unaendanga kwa dem kuishi kwa dem yako? Just answer me that. Uko na hiyo courage hata kwenda kuishi kwa dem? But campus, that is what happens. Wanaume wanakuja kuishi kwa dem. Large percent of cohabitation ni wanaume ndio wanakuja. And most of the ladies are the one who are providing for the relationship. Utapata madem, at least wazazi wanatu support. Pesa una support, unakuja kusupport mwanaume. Wanaume wanaachanga sana.
Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it, bro? Mato, whose fault is it?
Okay, as a student of Americs, I tend to disagree. Most of the gentlemen in campus do not live in the ladies' places. That is
Now, how do you prove this?
no, my research. That is the truth. You people are the ones coming. They are the ones coming. Majority. That is it. And then also, on the matter of expenses, the gentlemen. The truth of the matter is, the male comrades are the ones providing majorly. That is the fact. You know, hatutaki tudanganyane. Let us be realistic. Yeah. Then and then you will now find that it should be two.
Okay, let's give him time to speak.
So you people feel like we need to invest in you by buying everything and so on and so forth. You should as well reciprocate. No. It should not be just that it is an investment, maybe spending on you, but it is not an investment spending on me.
Okay, let's make this. Let's do this for the purpose of having a conversation. Allow me to interrupt you for the purpose of having a conversation. First of all, you've all agreed somehow, because I want us to talk about what we agree so that we get clear solutions, right? That you all agree that campus relationship is basically because of survival. You agree? At least everyone is nodding. And you've agreed that there is a contract that is not signed. Okay, Mama Yao, take us through that.
I can say campus relationships are mainly for survival. And I think men should not feel like they invest in us. You know why? Because let's say, for an instance, where I live in a man's house and he provides, who will be doing the cooking? Who will be washing? Who will be ensuring that you're clean and you look good before you go out? Why are you calling your small effort investment? Then my small effort is just like it's supposed to be there.
Check. Why? No, okay, now we are not. No, we are going back to where we were. You see, I want us to move towards the solution because the debate in here is too big. You see, I can see Babu is preparing for a heated argument, which I don't want to. I don't want us to get into that because of also if we go there, we will never come out, right? And in this case, I would want us to come out here with very clear cut out. If a parent is listening right now, because yesterday the one for selection to university was opened yesterday, and our brothers and sisters are applying to go to campus. There's a parent right now who, after listening to what has been happening in campuses, is seated somewhere wondering if their student will come out of campus alive. So it is as serious as it looks. That nowadays, we celebrate graduations more than weddings because somebody coming out of campus is also an achievement somehow. And in this case, you realize that we've not even discussed academics. We're just talking about safety. Babu, I want us to go to the solutions in a very clear way. If campus relationships are for survival, who failed?
Thank you, Kalia. You see, as a student with experience of whatever it happened in campus, when it comes to these relationships, I want to disagree first with there is somebody who say that there are some men who go and sleep at take their.
Okay, now let's do this,
Yes.
Babu, so that we move, right? I don't want you to go back to the problem.
All right.
Let's go to the solutions, because you've all agreed that it is for survival, right?
Yes.
It is for
survival.
So whether it is the men going to the women's house or it's the women going to the men's house, it's being done because these people want to survive. Somehow they want to beat the financial constraints that are there. Somehow maybe men feel that women have money. Maybe the women feel that. Now we've agreed it is survival, right? Whether it is sexual, whatever it is. The question is, who failed?
The answer is that the parent failed. Because as a parent, you have to provide for your child. We cannot run away from that. Another thing, as a parent has failed to psychologically counsel and also model his or her own child. When it comes to frame, right now is that most of the campus students have no frame at all. You see, they are so
define the word
confused.
frame, bro.
They're so much confused. You see, like for me, Babu, I must have my own identity. What are my priorities as a man? And what are my future prospects? In 5 years' time, what am I projecting to have or to be? You see? So now that is the challenge, now that our parents have run away from counseling their children, putting their children in the right trajectory.
Babu, I'll interrupt you because of time and go to Noelin. Noelin, do you agree that the reason why people may not make it out of campus today because of relationships that are for survival is because the parents have failed to provide?
I agree with what you just said. Most of our parents tukienda campus, they forget that wanatuona saa tumekuwa watu wakubwa and they fail to provide for us, and that is the reality. Wanatuenanga pale wanatutupa, and that's why you find people are in the relationship in order to survive. Unajipata dem ako in a relationship just because of huyu guy anamprovidea. And to our parents there, to anybody who tutake ana join campus, kindly be responsible for that kid mpaka amalize fourth year, mpaka ajiweze kujikimu kimaisha peke yake. Unaona, juu ukimpeleka mtoi pale campus na unajua honestly hakuna mahali atatoa pesa, what do you expect next? The next thing ni kudate wa babas wakwe na mamas in order to have something to eat. Utapata wengine wanakula school fees in order to wajiweze. Campus ni kuteseka, by the way. Huko maisha haikuangi sawa. Yeah.
Martin.
Okay. So, solutions to this issue. True, it is a menace, and if it will not be tamed, it will claim more lives and more the future of many youth. So first, our government, as a body like ELB, should be enhanced so that at least students can be funded more, and they will have that ability to proceed with their studies without depending on many other people around. Two, we should enhance maybe guidance and counseling sessions in our institutions, and I thank God and I thank our institution because we have a guidance and counseling department whereby these students can have somewhere to run to in case they want advice, in case they want maybe a solution to a problem, So they should have those guidance and counseling departments so that they can at least go there, seek assistance. And also they should have people who are friendly there so that mtu asishy off kwenda kukua in that counseling session. Then the other thing is vile umesema COOPs have opened. I would encourage parents to be close to their sons and daughters. Wakae chini. No. And then they speak to these issues. They are real issues, by the way. They talk, one-on-one talk. They tell them, when you go there, they are these and these. I'm not saying that it is bad to go into a relationship, but these and these and these. Plan yourself in this and this direction. So that at least at the end of the day, we have that conversation between the parents. And if I may ask, when was the last time my panelist was waliongea na mzazi about maybe mambo ya relationship? It is very rare.
Okay, and when you ask that, I want to go to Ivy directly. And Ivy, the question I'll ask you is based on what Mar said. Mar said that apart from the parent, help should come in. Of course, help is alone, right? Which means you'll have to repay it at some point. I don't know, also maybe because I'll call you at some point. Now that most of you are graduating, I'll call you 6 months from now to tell you, to ask you how the tarmac is like. Because again, yesterday I had poets here and somebody said that this culture of when you're finishing campus, unatupa ile kofia, inaitwa nini kofia ya graduation cap, unaitupa juu. Kuna msee alisema unaitupa na career yako. So anyway, coming back to the topic and inviting Ivy. Ivy, how much money is enough to sort a comrade? And what are the aspects to look at for us to calculate this budget?
If I state a specific amount, kusema kweli nitakuwa nimejifunga pingo yenye siwezi fungua. Ina depend. It all comes down to an individual. And you can say inaendana na vile wewe mwenyewe unajipanga. Kuna comrade mwenye atasurvive na 10,000 kwa mwezi, na kuna comrade mwenye atasurvive na 2,000 kwa mwezi.
Okay. Now let's get this clear, because that is just social class and it works everywhere, right? Let's take this situation, right? A topic ni moto. Anyway, so what are the things zenye comrade anahitaji, like kwa budget yake anafaa kuwe na nini na nini na nini, so that now if there's a parent listening, they should know this is what I'm supposed to provide for my kid.
Comrade anafaa kulipiwa kwanza rent kila mwezi.
Rent?
Na anafaa kuprovidiwa chakula. I think nguo, ukikuwa na nguo 3 you can survive as a comrade. Kwanza wanaume wana survive vizuri. Sisi madem pia tuwezi complain because nguo zetu hata wewe unajua ni cheap. Unaenda soko unabai longi moja ni 100, unabai tops za 33. Hiyo imekupeleka wiki moja, unaona? So parents wanafatua make sure wameprovidea mtu rent na kuprovidea chakula. Story ya data and stuff, shule na kuprovidea wifi. Rent na chakula ni very crucial, by the way. Comrades wanainama.
So okay, now as I come to you, Victor Babu, amesema nguo, no, amesema food na rent. Hiyo ikisotiwa, sama will sort the mess of campus relationship. Do you agree?
Basically, I agree to some point. But again, there comes in that aspect that when you come to campus as a lady or as a boy child, there is that aspect of partying that it is causing a very huge mayhem. You see?
So sherehe pia is another thing.
Sherehe ni shida kabisa. Even that the brigade of we call it the
So Buddha, hata mzazi alipe rent na okay, let's agree that rent na food somehow it has sort the bigger mess.
But
then kuna party yenye bado ni problem.
Yeah. And the cause even for wababas is always sherehe, partying. You see, our colleague ladies, are going for wababas, and the main cause is partying, nothing more.
Noelin is smiling suspiciously. What is it, Noelin?
I don't know if ladies party because of Wababa. What I know, most of the ladies engage in Wababa because they want a lifestyle that they can afford. They cannot afford. They want,
Okay.
Partying is the life.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. There's something Noelin is saying. Let's agree, Noelin, to speak.
Me, I don't know if ladies go to party because of Wababa, but me najua they have Wababas because they have Wababa because they wanataka lifestyle yenye hawezi afford. Somebody want to have expensive lifestyle yenye hawezi afford. That's why ana sort out to have a mbaba mwenye atakuja kumfacilitate apate zenye anataka.
Okay, before niende kwa Mato, because najua tena ata introduce kitu kingine itatusumbua. Let's come back to you, mama yao. So, that means that there are girls today who drink in campus because, not because they want to drink, but then jumbaba ndio mpata lazima uende neba. Is it a fact?
Kwanza nataka nianze na kuzima huyu my fellow panelist Babu. Unajua nini Babu? Kwa nini nimesema ni rent na chakula ndo ni essential? Mazee, kila comrade at the end of the day lazima akule. Na lazima kila comrade alale kwa nyumba. Lakini kwenda party, that's very optional. With or without party, si comrade ata survive na ata graduate at the end of 4th year. But without food, hata wewe unajua survival inakuwa ni tricky. Na hiyo swali lenye umeniuliza madem, kuna wenye wanaenda party because sasa mbaba utampata wapi? Ukienda church utapata wapi mbaba atakubali kwa mbaba wako? Mbaba wanapatikana tu tamasha, these clubs. So you have to go there, utajituma. But I think wasichana pia tunafaa kujijua na tujue kenye tunataka. Juu kama mimi siwezi afford kuvaa stiletto za 3,000 shillings, there is an option. Mimi naweza vaa flat shoes ya 300 shillings. So then why would I go look for a mbaba and finance? Kama mzazi wangu ana afford kunibaia Masai shoes ya 200 shillings, mbona mimi nataka kuvaa stiletto za 3,000 niende class ya kila mtu? It's not a must for me to fit in the society, in the campus society. You can live your life uniquely. As long as umekula, umeshiba, umeenda class, umesoma, na ukirudi uko na mahali pa kuwekelea kichwa, I don't see why tunafaa bado bado tunaongelea hii kitu. Ni wasichana tu kujijua. Yani all comrades si wasichana pekee. Juu pia nyinyi mnangangania ma Air Force. Si mko na wamama. Hey.
Anyway. For a minute the bench ilitulia. Now Mato, this is information that is very useful. I know it looks like we're discussing it as a joke, but it is very useful. It's very useful information. Right? Very, very useful information. How do you make this information reach a student who is today opening the portal to apply for a COSAM?
Okay. True, the information is very crucial, and I agree with you. And I think this information should be spread across. Yeah, I think through these platforms and you met provide, yeah, I think you are doing a great job, and I appreciate that. Because unapata msee ajaiske is a bit. This is the first time he or she is watching about these issues that happen in campus. So I think this is a good platform. Then to go back to what were we talking about? Was it? Okay. Okay, so I think this platform.
Hey, listen, you're not going nowhere because I'm assuming that this platform maybe at the end of the day, maybe by kumi hivi, I actually see it's around 800 views, which means that it will not reach as many people. How come that is there deliberate action by people like you to take this information back to the villages where we come from? Because I don't know if our parents are aware, ama maisha imekuwa ngumu, that they don't provide rent and food, because that's what you've said. Where is the missing link in this? Is it information? Is it cost of living? Is it negligence? Is it neglect?
I think it is information majorly, I think those people who are in charge of providing for the students, they are not like hawajajua hiyo lifestyle vile iko, like the way things are on the ground. Unaona, mtu wako na ile perception kwamba mtu akishaenda campus, he or she has the ability to do some certain things which are not capable of, which he or she is not capable of doing. And the basic ones vile alikuwa amesema ni rent na food. That one I agree. So they need to, yani wakuje ground waelewe vile mambo iko, and that is through constant engagement with their sons and daughters. And at the end of the day, I'm very sure that these things will spread to our villages and so on. And then also, we as the student leaders or the youth leaders, we need to develop programs to educate as well in our villages. I know we are from different campuses, different counties and different places. So we need to develop a program whereby we should, starting from the village level, when you wanna join campus, washa sensitiziwa on these aspects of campus life as early as campus and college life as early as before they join or when they are selected. So that is the essence. So that at least to reduce if there are mubabas and mamamas and so on.
No, you see the problem is practicality also, because you realize mtu anasema mkifika campus musiingie kwa mama, but then they're not getting where the problem is, and that's why I'll ask you question, Ivy. Do you feel, how big is the mess in terms of information breakdown? How much do parents don't know about campus?
I think as a country, we are really behind, because you'll find that most of the students who are in campus, their parents lack the campus experience. Most of the parents have not been to campus. And that's why utapata hawaelewi what campus life entails. So at individual levels, we have to be educating these parents. Wale wazazi washaikuwa na wanafunzi campus, wanafaa kukua pia wanaongea na wazazi wenye wako na wanafunzi campus. And even we can use the social places like churches. I think pastors wanaweza kuwa wanapass this information to parents. They should be telling them that your students in campus are really suffering, because naona wanafunzi wamejaribu kutumia social media kusema describe comrade life, kusema vile wanainama.
Sorry ya kuinama na nini, but then ni kama inabaki conversation yenye iko
most of our parents hawaelewi the memes and stuff. They have to be told one on one, they have to be told face to face. This information inafaa kuchukuliwa by every individual. If you are aware that comrades wanateseka, at least ukipata group of people, sensitize them, tell them what campus life looks like. And I think tukiendelea hivyo tuta break down information hadi na to break ignorance ya wazazi, because pia wazazi wanatu ignore to some extent, na ipoa.
Unajua kuna kitu dangerous umesema sana kwa show ya mine, yenye siwezitaka iende out before ni correct. Ignorance na kuignore. Ignorance ni ufala. So si ati ni ufala wazazi. No. Ni wazazi kutu-ignore. Like umeelewa, hiyo ilikuwa slip of the tongue.
Na Jomo Kenyatta alisema Kenyans wanauliwa na nini?
Ufala?
Ni ignorance si ufala. I think I'm a literature teacher, and I'll tell you, ignorance ni wewe kujua kitu but you act like you don't know it or you don't care. That's ignorance. Ignorance si ufala. So you should stop taking ignorance for ufala. Yeah, I'm
so
correcting you on air. I'm correcting you on air.
This is not fair, guys. It's not ending. It will not end well. Anyway, let's come back to you. Let's come back to you, Babu. And in this case, we are coming towards the conclusion of this particular show. And we just want to talk about how we can trickle down this information to reach our parents who are down there in the villages, don't access social media, they don't do nothing.
Okay, I believe that this matter is too heavy, as Ivy has said, for pastors even to handle. Let us give this opportunity to the fellow comrades. You see, like us student leaders, we know what it takes, and we know the weight that we carry, the burden that comrades carry. So let government invest in sensitization programs so that we can take information to the grassroots. That will be the best remedy compared to that we say that we go to church. my friend, most of the comrades right now are not even going to church. And for me, I understand that all these problems are caused by entertainment in campus life, entertainment. You see somebody going for a mubaba
or mama, because you'll make Ivy
yeah,
you'll make Ivy
no,
sad again.
Yeah. Equally for a mama. The kind of jamet that somebody admires. Let's say, for example, a shirt that Babu is wearing right now. Somebody is admiring it. And how will I access it if my parent can't afford? I have to bridge the way.
Baba or
Baba
mama?
or mama.
Noelin.
That's a fact.
Let me add on something on what I've talked about. In order to reduce these cases of mama and baba, the first thing is our parents should be responsible for their kids. They should even amongelea wazazi wetu wanasa wingi kuwa tuko campus, and that's why wanaonanga tumekuwa watu wakubwa, tunaweza jiprovidea. So our parents should be responsible to everything, and also to our fellow ladies and women should be contented with what we have. Lazima turidhike na ambacho tunacho. Kama tunajua we are from humble background, turidhike nacho. Alafu pia we have Elblon. We can use Elblon in a way yenye inaweza tujenga. Isikwe pesa yote unashika unaenda kupata unafanya hizo zote. You should set your priorities right, and maybe you can think of an investment you can do. Tunaonanga pale comrade kwenye wanauza mayai, smoky, and they can afford their rent. So unaweza enda that way if you know you're from an humble background.
Yeah. Okay. Mateo, give us a parting shot, bro.
Okay, I would just say this. Let us start from the family level. Each and every family to waanzie the family level. You know, once you start everything from the family level, it will reach the nation. Wanasemanga, if you want to treat a disease, treat from the family level. So start from the family level, and then now tuende kwa the general society. Pili, comrades, tuache peer pressure. Because peer pressure is becoming too much. Yani ukiona huyu ako na hii, you need also to have that. So let us avoid, like, ishi to your life ile yenye unaona I have the ability, or I can be able to do this and that at my on my own. Then thirdly, this one I'll direct to our maybe those in authority. Like, what is the Department of the Youth and Gender in all our counties doing? No, sijai ona that tangible aspect. No. So at least let us try to put these things into the shoe in every level. So kama hiyo department ya youth inafaa ianze kukua na hizo programs za kusaidia vijana, unaona. Then lastly, whatever small you have, utilize, have a budget, plan yourself, and at the end of the day utainama. And by the way, it is a fact that comrades wanainama. That is the truth. Yeah.
If there's a parent listening, explain me ya kuinama kutumia hii kamera.
So kuinama si eti ni kulala hivi, no. Kuinama is like keeping yourself away, yani keeping your mind away ndio lunch for example ipite, unaona. So unainama ndio lunch ipi. So that is the thing at the end of the day. Na watu wana survive na strong tea, by the way. They wake up in the morning haina sukari, by the way, ama something on that. So these people are suffering, and that is why it leads to mambo na relationships and so on. So people are enamoring, so we need to start planning and have that conversation. And it is the right time to have that conversation, by the way. It is the right time because we are losing a generation. Na bado tuna ignore this very crucial topic. Yeah, so we need to have a conversation, and thank God the conversation has started. Yeah.
We thank God the conversation has started. I'll come to you, Mama Yao, for your parting shot.
Parting shot, I think all this starts at an individual level. When we were starting this conversation, we talked about campus relationships being toxic. We talked about how they are, and I think we started by saying that all of them come back to the individual level. All the comrades listening to me or watching this, I think we should come back to our senses. Sit down and rethink yourself. Kama uko na mubaba, think about yourself. Just know what you want. Kama huna mbaba but you're in a toxic relationship, jipende, just respect yourself. To the parents wenye wanataka kuleta wanafunzi campus, I think wazazi mjue that ukipeleka mtoto shule, hata sisi wenye tuko campus bado ni watoto wenu. Hadi siku wenye tutaandikwa kazi, bado sisi ni watoto wenu na tunawategemea. Hatuna mtu mwingine mwenye tunategemea. Wazazi wakikaa wakijua hivyo, I think tutakuwa sawa as a nation.
Okay, Babu, give us a parting shot.
So for me, I would advise the parents that take time to audit your child. Take time to encourage your child to work on his or her own frame, and take time again to allow your child to soul search and understand himself or herself, because this is a factor that we can say that we are trying to add honey sugar, and yet we must leave that honey natural. So for me as a student leader, we leave this burden to you parents. Try to fix your children and understand them. Thank you.
Okay, and finally, last but not least, Maru, give us a parting shot.
Okay, thank you for this show, Kalia. The advice that I can give to the parents is that when they wakiadmit wanafunzi wao, they should be coming to check over their students, and they should know what they are going through. And to the student there at campus, be contented with what you have. Ridhika na ambacho unacho. Alafu to our institution, because this stuff happen mostly in our institution, this violence na conflict zote zinapeningi shuleni, the school should have the office of the guiding and counseling, as Mato have said. They should create the support system where they train other students so that they can help to curb the large population of guiding and counseling of other students. They should encourage students to engage in extracurricular activities such as clubs, sports. These will foster their social lives. And also they should encourage the healthy lifestyles where the students have the regular exercise, eat balanced diet, and also have the stress management skills. And to the last and not least, yeah, they should have these encouraging educational programs about mental health, so that somebody should undergo whenever anapitia in a toxic relationship, anaweza pata aje solution on or intervention of what he or she is going through. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, and I'll just read a few comments before we exit. Of course, I want to appreciate each one of you for the views you've given, and I know they'll go a long way in terms of helping a parent somewhere or a student somewhere who is undergoing, or rather joining or continuing with campus. Of course, some of the comments, Kosgei Arapche Sir says, the problem largely is about self-esteem. Of course, we've talked about it somehow. He's saying he's watching from Maralal. That is also our director. Thank you so much for making time to be with us. Then Fanuel George says, good morning, tuned in from 8 Had Eldoret Zion Mall. Okay. Thank you. Queen She says, where? So my parents just need to be strict. My dad used to monitor me in all my moves. He even had landlord's contacts for communication. For me, my parents never failed, and I never wished to stay with anyone, because get up, I give up. He ni moto. Thank you so much, Queen She, and everyone else who's made time to be with us. There's somebody called Ben Harrod says, comrades, be safe. Get to know that having information about something is good. Having information that when I fall into relationship which is not healthy, these are the consequences. It will make us focus on what took us to campus. Another thing is, comrades, let's use free time and energy to make the skills we are given at school to be money. There are online jobs that are waiting for us. Kindly, let's spend our time well. Kiptoa Martin says, Viva, thank you so much. Honorable Edison Rotich says, Ivy Brigand, that's nice, thank you so much. Daria Freak Photography says, to all campus students, we do wish you well. Hard work pays, keep pushing, take care of the freshers joining, because the future is tricky without education. Silas Bet says, falling from Malaba border, pick up Babu, thank you so much. Kane Albert says, Maru and Martin, now I wanna thank you so much. Ezra Chepsuge, kuna time alikuwa anasema hiyo ni uongo, sijui tulikuwa tumefika wapi hiyo time, lakini sawa tu. Thank you. Kori Ramos, thank you for making your time. Kuto Amon, thank you so much for making your time. Thank you so much, Jacob Ruto, for making time to be with us. And everyone else, including Ben Bowen Kipchumba, Ezra Chepsuge, Kim, Charles Okwara, Head of State Recommendation, Kathy Komen, and all the others who made time to be with us this particular morning. Thank you so much for always creating time for us. And this is the bottom line, that the students, or rather the comrades, have been screaming for too long. The memes on our social media, as funny and as humorous as they may sound, are screams for help. It's time parents took up the space and provided for campus students. It is time that parents took up the responsibility to check and monitor their children as they continue to study in their campuses. This has been the Morning Glory Show, and on behalf of everyone who's made this broadcast a success, thank you so much. But then before we exit, allow me to remind you that D Square School of Fashion Design and Tailoring is there for you. In any case, you need to join, or you need to take up fashion as a career. Their May intake is actually very active, so you can actually join D Square School of Fashion Design and Tailoring for all your career needs. Right now, they have very nice courses, both short courses and also diploma courses. With that,